Alright, so we have our second race today in the S class. And I'll be using the Porsche GT2 once again. This particular race is going to be at Maple Valley, which I believe is in Vermont. I'm not exactly positive on that, but it's a real picturesque place, as you can see from all the fall colors on all the maple trees and stuff. Very nice looking compound that they have there. So I'm checking the conditions of the event, deciding what kind of tires and so forth. And I get some comments from fellow racers in the pits, and off I go for qualifying. And my tires are pretty cold. So I have to take a certain level of care as I make my way around for my first lap. And I've raced on this track quite a bit, so to a certain degree I kind of know what you can get away with on this track. But most of that racing has been done in other vehicles. So this Porsche at Maple Valley is kind of a new ordeal for me. And the whole tail happy kind of thing that goes on with Porsches and the way that you have to drive them becomes a challenge. I'm getting through this section in pretty much the same kind of speeds that I would, although it slides a bit there and I end up in the grass. No penalty, but still I went off track. And then coming down this hill to the front straightaway, I kind of misjudged things quite a bit. And here I'm transitioning over to the third qualifying lap and making my way around, and time runs out in qualifying. And I ended up qualifying in fourth place, but there's only 7 people in this race. So there wasn't a whole lot of other drivers that were challenging that. And we got some decent competition. There's an old McLaren, and there's a McLaren as well, a 95 Ferrari. And here I am in my GT2, getting ready for the race to start. And they end up being pretty quick off the line, and initially things are looking fairly promising. but my tires are really cold. And that guy knocks into me and sends me off the track. And so now I'm in total catch-up mode. I'm all the way back in 7th place, and those people they're gone. I don't know that I'll be able to catch any of those people, especially when you're doing things like that. This thing is just sliding all over the place. Now I do see the taillights of somebody, so it's possible that I might be able to catch them. We'll see how this goes. As the tires warm up a bit, I ought to be able to get through these corners a little bit better without cutting corners like that or sliding off the track like that, where I'm losing even more time. And so those taillights that I saw, well, they're not close anymore. I almost went off track right there. And I'm trying to push it just as hard as I can. I'm wondering if maybe I shouldn't have opted for soft tires. Give me a little bit more grip. And as I mentioned in my previous video, in this particular car, I do not have an adjustable rear wing. So the amount of downforce on the back end of the car is not adjustable. I have adjusted the downforce on the front of the car to hopefully get better cornering, but so far that really hasn't proved to be a positive. Not yet, anyway. I'm making it through these S's at fairly decent speed, and then I want to make sure that I don't make the same mistake on this corner here. And you have to brake ever so slightly when you're coming down that hill if you want to make it through that corner section right there. Once again, it's sliding around on me. And I'm usually able to make it through that corner right there a little over 100 miles an hour, but I was in the 90s there on that one. I'm braking quite a bit because I don't want to slam into the wall again like I did the last time. Downshift to second gear for this corner here, and then power out of it in third gear, heading up this hill into fourth gear. And then you downshift again to third gear to come around this uphill sweeper to the right. And I'm usually able to get through here about 90, 95. And I'm going a little faster than that, but the back end breaks out on me and I end up going off track. No penalty, but I still lost time. and kind of misjudged that one, didn't I? But I get back on track and get going again. I got 2 more laps. Now it looks as though that there's somebody behind me in 7th place. How there's somebody behind me, I have no idea. Unless that person has just exited out of the race. And that's how I ended up moving up to 6th, because I was in 7th place. And this guy is Turbo Me 69 or something, and I'm not exactly sure what kind of car that particular gamer tag was driving. So I'm doing the best I can to maintain a good pace. I already know that there's no way that I'm gonna catch the other people in the pack that's up front. But I just want to end up having a respectable time in this race, even though I've already made a couple of pretty substantial mistakes. And I almost slid off the track again right there. And this is the final lap of the race, and I don't want to make any further mistakes, so I'm not kind of hammering down on the throttle as much as I ordinarily would. I'm just trying to make it through, carrying good speed, but not overdoing it. And it looks like I got just a little over a minute and a half till the conclusion of the race. And I think there's enough time for me to make it around to the start-finish line so I don't receive a DNF. But this car is really sliding around on me. And I slowed down quite a bit there from what I ordinarily would have went through there with. So there we go. The Porsche GT2 at Maple Valley. I ended up 6th with a 139, which isn't that bad, but it's certainly not anything close to like the best time that I've ever done at Maple Valley. That's my race for today. I hope you liked it. I will see you on the racetrack.